Hello, I'm Georgia Frutinik, and welcome to this nutshell video series on starting elementary school. The first video in the series was about preparing your child to start elementary school. And this video is going to be focused on skills that you can practice at home or in the community that'll help your child be more prepared when they start elementary school. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to look at your own behavior. What are the things that you're doing for your child that maybe he or she could be doing for themselves? And I think as parents, sometimes we just get so used to doing things for our kids that it doesn't occur to us that, hey, they could be doing this for themselves. And then it takes a little pressure off me, right? And so take a look at what are the things that you're doing that maybe your child could be with your support and you could teach them to do for themselves. That'll help them become more independent. One thing that comes to mind is the juice box. If your child gets a juice box, do you automatically grab the straw, take it out of the cellophane wrapper, and then put the straw into the box? Or does your child do that? So if you're doing it for him, I encourage you to try to teach your child how to do that. And you say, well, he might make a big mess. Well, he might make a big mess. And that would be probably a typical thing when you're learning a new skill. You don't always do it right. You have to do it wrong some before you learn how to do it. And so I encourage you to take that opportunity. And yeah, he might make the mistake of spilling it all over the place. Well, then you clean it up, and next time you do a little better. And then eventually he'll be able to do that for himself. And then you won't have to do it, and he'll feel more independent. So the same thing with managing their stuff. It's going to be important that they know how to manage themselves and manage their stuff. I'm going to have a whole nother video on kind of managing themselves, which is going to focus on emotional management, but this is about managing their stuff. How do they do with going to the bathroom? Can they go to the bathroom independently and handle their pants, their snaps, their zippers, cleaning themselves up, washing their hands? All of those things are going to be expected when they get to elementary school. And so you can practice those things at home if they're not doing them independently and work on those things. What about identifying belongings? I encourage you to put your child's name in everything because things do get lost. The time of year, if it's spring or fall when the weather's starting to change, it may be cold in the morning. Your child might wear a sweatshirt. Well, when he gets on the playground, he might ditch that sweatshirt because it's hot. Well, if the sweatshirt's got his name on it, it's more likely to get back to him. So identifying his own belongings and having his name in everything is really important. Can he handle his shoes, tying his shoes, putting on shoes, taking off shoes, putting on his coat, taking off his coat? That's important. The book bag, I encourage you to pack your child's book bag with your child with the goal that your child's going to pack their own book bag when they're ready for that. Because if you pack it completely for them, then they get to school and they have no idea what's the teacher's going to say, where's your permission slip? And they're going, I don't know, I don't have it. Well, they probably do have it because you put it in their folder in their book bag. So do that with your child. And then that starts building that skill to where eventually they're doing that independently. And that takes you off of you're out of that. What about lunch? If they take their lunch in a lunchbox, can they open their lunchbox? Can they open all the containers that are in their lunchbox? Ziploc bags can be hard for some kids to open. So you want to practice Tupperware containers, Ziploc bags, those type things. If your child's going to be buying a lunch, can they walk with the tray that has stuff on it? You can practice that at home and expect them to mess up sometimes, and that's normal. But those are things that you can practice and get better at, and then that's going to help your child at school. It is really important that your child knows how to clean up after themselves. So if you're cleaning up after your child, like at dinner and at meals, then you want to start transferring that to him or her cleaning up after themselves. I remember when my daughter first started scraping her plate into the trash can. All of a sudden, all my forks were gone. Well, she was scraping her plate into the trash can, and the fork would fly into the trash can, and then she would just move on. Well, that was a learning opportunity that we had on we keep the forks if they're regular forks, right? Okay, so taking turns. It's important that your child knows how to take turns. And we take turns in a lot of different ways. We take turns like just going to the bathroom. They line up in a line and then they take turns going to the bathroom. They take turns in games. They take turns in one of the things that they take turns in is speaking. You don't really think about that, but when we speak and we have a conversation with someone, we take turns. I talk, you talk. I talk, you talk. That's how that goes, right? And it starts affecting you socially if you interrupt a lot. And so teaching your child that we take turns in lots of different ways and maybe some strategies around taking turns can help your child be more successful. Asking for help is a skill. Sometimes kids will, maybe they didn't understand the instructions and they just don't know what to do. It's okay that they don't know what to do, but they need to know how to ask for help. They don't need to just sit there and not know what to do. They can raise their hand. There's lots of ways that they can ask for help. And you could start teaching this if you go to a restaurant, your child needs ketchup. Do you automatically ask the waitress for the ketchup for your child, or do you ask your child to ask the waitress nicely for some ketchup? See, there's so many opportunities. If you start looking for them, you're going to see so many opportunities to do this in the community and in your home and in your car. I know we all spend a lot of time in the car. So I'm going to put structure and routine in every single one of these videos because I think it is so important that we as parents create structure around our lives that help our children feel safe. And the routines, they're going to have routines at school. We should also have routines at home. And I have a whole video on that because I think it's that important. So I encourage you to watch it. Okay, so where do you go for more information? I've got some other nutshell videos that you can watch. You can go to the district website, which is cowetaschools.net. I've created a parenting playground for you that has links that'll have questions and answers and resources for you to read and learn. These nutshell videos will be on that parenting playground. And also your elementary school's website is going to have some information that'll be really helpful for you. I encourage you to visit that website often. Sign up for the newsletter, sign up for the Remind 101, and really become a part of that family because every elementary school is a family. And the more you plug into it and the more you're involved in that family, it's going to help you and it's going to help your child. So thank you very much. And I hope you have a good day.